Today I wanted to talk a little bit about pre-surgery preparation that I've been doing. I just wanted to say first of all that I have a cold, which is great timing, because my surgery's in 8 days, but hopefully I'll be fine by then. Um, so yes, pre-surgery preparation. I got something from my surgeon's office that made recommendations about things that you can do before surgery to help with your recovery period and results. And the first one, and definitely the largest for me, was quitting smoking. I smoked for 12 years, which is a long time for a 26-year-old. And there was a lot of preparation leading up for that and doing that, but that is by far going to be the biggest thing that I have done to help with my recovery and results. I don't think, hopefully I would not need to explain that one to people. um, and the other one has been, just double checking the list that the surgeon's office sent out. So there are different markers. A month before surgery, I had to have all my paperwork in, first of all. So I needed 2 letters of recommendation, from my main therapist that I already have been seeing, and another from a PhD clinical psychologist that has just played like an evaluative role. Basically says, yes, you can make decisions about your body. How about that? So have those in. Chest x-ray, a physical, which they gave me like a big packet for my doctor to fill out as she did the physical. So she was just like, check, 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 right down the list. And what else? Blood work. And then a month before surgery was like the deadline for me to have nicotine out of my system. So no more nicotine 30 days before surgery. And then the next marker is 2 weeks. So at the 2-week point, I wasn't able to do. There's a whole list of like different medications that you can't take and herbal things that you're not supposed to take. And most of these I don't take, but like for example, my multivitamin had vitamin E in it, and vitamin E is something that I can't take because it's an anticoagulant, meaning blood won't clot up as well, which would be really bad. Uh, so like I had to stop taking my multivitamin 2 weeks prior to surgery. I had been taking like Eleuthero for energy, Rescue Remedy for stress. I do like the 5-hour energy shots, which have guarana in them, which is something that I can't take 2 weeks prior to surgery. So just kind of like going through the list and really thinking about everything that I'm taking, and double checking things that I can't do before surgery. For example, testosterone. I have to stop testosterone, or I did rather, 2 weeks before surgery. And that's mainly so that you don't get an erection, because that would be problematic, because you can just like bust your sutures apparently, which can happen anyway because there's a lot of blood in there and it's a lot of pressure, and then just like, and then you have to go in there and have to sew you back up. I'm laughing, but that would be really horrible, I'm sure. So yes, no testosterone, and no erections for me, which is fine. And then I also can't resume it until a week after surgery. Sorry, it's cold. It's kicking my butt. And then, so along with double checking the list, also making sure I have everything that I need. There are a lot of things that I'm not going to get until the day of upon arriving, like hand sanitizer and water and food and like vitamin C and things like that. I'm just going to buy it there rather than lugging it along with me. But things like Arnica montana is something that the surgeon recommended, and that helps with swelling and bruising. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to find that at a store very easily, so I just bought mine over the internet. Through like Amazon. It's a lot less expensive that way too, so I had to like do that ahead of time. Let's see. And then just generally trying to take good care of myself. So am I getting enough sleep? Am I eating a good diet that has a lot of protein, which they recommended, and vitamins? I'm a vegetarian anyway, so I generally eat pretty well. Anywho, um, and definitely stress reduction, which has not been very easy leading up to surgery because obviously there's a lot of stress in getting things together for surgery, getting ready, and then also just being anxious about like results and how it's gonna go. And I'm one of those people that's just like, oh my god, what if this, what if that? A lot of what ifs. So working on that a lot. So I've been trying to balance that out between also at work, and trying not to leave my coworker with a lot of stuff because he's going to basically be doing like two people's jobs for a couple weeks, but also like leaving time for myself, um, and like trying to see my two partners a lot before I leave, but still having some time for myself. Let's see what else. I've been pumping. I've never been a big pumper. I've done it a little bit, but never really been committed to it. And then I talked to my surgeon, and she was like, some guys like it, and they say it really helps. I don't have any scientific evidence that supports that really, but if you want to do it, fine. She basically was like, whatever, if it makes you feel better. um, I was like, okay. But I definitely know people that swear by it and have had really great results with it. And so I was like, all right. So I did that in part to enhance what I already have, but also just to um, increase blood circulation, um, basically, which I figure hopefully will help with results and healing. A lot of these things that I'm doing, I don't have like evidence that they will be helpful, but it makes sense to me that they might be. Um, like she wasn't like, oh, try to reduce your stress, but you know. Um, Likewise, I've been trying to exercise a little bit more, which has been on and off. Again, I've never been really good with like maintaining that. But again, I thought that might be good in terms of like healing time, recovery, blood circulation, um, stress management. It's also helpful for that too. Um, I also wrote down a timeline, um, which just kind of falls under preparedness and stress reduction as well. In terms of like, what day am I getting there? What day am I leaving? What day am I moving here and there? Because halfway through, I'm going to be moving from a hotel to a friend's house. Well, I'm in Pennsylvania. Um, my surgery's in Pennsylvania with McGinn, by the way. If you hadn't seen the first video. So I have that in Google Calendar, and that told me like when I needed to stop taking testosterone and stop with my herbal supplements too, which was helpful. I have like when to shave my junk in there, uh, which is the weirdest thing to have in your Google Calendar, which I use for work as well. But that way I won't forget because I have to do that 5 days ahead of time, and my memory is horrible, so I might not remember. What do I have? Um, hmm. I think that's caffeine reduction. Some things are really, in terms of your own surgery preparation, will be really personal to you. One for me is caffeine reduction. I drink coffee a lot, and I am not supposed to drink or have any caffeine after my surgery for, it didn't specify how long, but I gathered at least a week or two. So I'm trying to reduce caffeine before I go. That way I don't have like caffeine withdrawal as well, because that would suck too. Dealing with that at the same time. And then UTI prevention for me is another big one. I'm pretty prone to UTIs. I always kind of have been, but so anyway, so taking cranberry pills for that and drinking cranberry juice. and just being more conscious of that with more risky situations like sex. I don't know. I'm a gay guy with a vagina. Like, UTIs happen. Whatever. Um, so that's it for surgery preparation. Email me if you have any questions or message below. Thanks.